In this video, we will be demonstrating how to create a new forest in Server 2016, creating domain, installing DNS, adding Windows 10 workstation to the domain. Make sure that you have assigned static IP address and configured your network adapter with localhost as primary DNS. And change the computer name since we won't be able to change it in later stages. Open Server Manager from Start menu. Go to Manage and select Add Roles and Features option. Select Next. Select Role-Based or Feature-Based Installation. We will talk about Remote Desktop Services installation at a later stage. Select Next. Use option. Select a server from the server pool and select your server. If you have more servers in your network, those servers will appear here. Select Next. Select Active Directory Domain Services option from the list. Select Add Features. Select DNS Server option. Select Add Features. If you didn't select DNS Server option here, it will require to install when you configuring the Active Directory. Select Next. Since we are not installing any features in this stage, press Next. Since we are not using Azure Active Directory, we will be skipping this by pressing Next. Select Next on DNS page. Press Install on the confirmation page. This will start to install Active Directory in your server. You have the option to close the installation dialog by clicking the Close button. This won't cancel the installation process. Once the installation is finished, you can promote the server to a domain controller by selecting Promote this server to a domain controller option from the same menu, or by clicking the notification flag and selecting Promote this server to a domain controller option. Here you have three options. Option 1 is to add this server to an existing domain as a domain controller. Option 2 is to add a new domain to an existing forest. Option 3 is to add a new forest. Since we are doing a new forest installation, we will cover option 1 and 2 in later stages. Select Add a new forest option. Type a root domain name, this can be any domain you like, and press Next. Once the domain name is verified, you will redirect to the domain controller options page. Here you can select forest and domain functional level on your network. If you have Windows Server 2012 or Windows Server 2008 in your network, if you are planning to use them as domain controllers, you should select both domain and forest functions level matching the oldest server version. Since we don't have any older OS in our network, we will be using Server 2016. Use the link in the description to learn more about server functional levels. Next option is to specify domain controller capabilities. Since this is the first domain controller, keep the default options selected. Type Directory Services Restore Mode Password. Directory Services Restore Mode, DSRM, is a safe mode boot option for Windows Server domain controllers. This allows an administrator to repair or restore an Active Directory database. Select Next. The reason is for this error is that server cannot identify your domain outside of the local network. If you are planning to use your domain outside of your local network, you have to point your domain name to your server public IP. For an example is to create custom name servers. We will talk about custom name servers at a later stage. Select Next on DNS options page. This page verifies the NetBIOS name. You can either change it or keep it as default. Use the link in the description to learn about NetBIOS. Select Next once it's verified. Here you have the option to change the locations of ADS database, log files and SysVa. We will be keeping its default since we have only one partition is installed. Select Next. This page summarizes all the options you selected. You can verify them and select Next. Once prerequisites are verified, select Install. This will start to install your domain and DNS. Once the installation is completed, server will automatically restart. Your domain is installed and configured. Use your administrator password to log into the server. Server will use your local administrator password as domain password. Since the domain configuration is completed, now we will create a user account on Active Directory and test the domain by joining a Windows 10 computer to the domain. Go to Start, Windows Administrative Tools. Select Active Directory Users and Computers. We will be creating a new organizational unit for our future purposes. Right-click on your domain and go to New. Under New, select Organizational Unit from menu. We will discuss other options in later sessions. Give a name and create organizational unit by pressing OK. Select the organizational unit you created. Right-click on Anywhere. Select New and select User. Provide relevant details like first name, last name and user logon name. Press Next. Type a password. For this demo we will be unticking user must change password at next logon. Select Next and Finish. User is created. Now let's add Windows 10 computer to domain. Make sure you have assigned correct IP information to your computer, mainly primary DNS IP. This should be your domain controller IP. Once it's verified, go to this PC, right-click it and select Properties. Select Change Settings from Computer Name, Domain and Workgroup Settings. Select Change From to rename this computer or change its domain or workgroup. Click Change. Give your computer name, select the option Domain and type your domain and click OK. You will get a Windows security pop-up requesting your domain admin credentials. Provide them and click OK. Your computer is connected to the domain. Do a restart to finalize the configuration. Once the computer is restarted, select Other User and provide the username and password created in the Active Directory and sign into the computer. Thanks for watching our video. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe our channel for more videos.